this terrorism, everything changes. It's not about Boston anymore. It's not a local investigation. It's Wolf Blitzer, it's stock markets, it's politicians, knee-jerk reactions, anti-Muslim backlash. And what if we're wrong? I mean, there's no take back. I've been through this before.
If we don't call it what we already know it is, and a cell is activated, and they hit Chicago or New York or Washington, what happens then?
The accusations are going to come no matter what we do.
The 2013 Boston Marathon bombing shattered lives and tested the fabric of the American spirit. But afterwards, the entire city came together to bring the perpetrators to justice. Patriots Day is the new thriller starring John Goodman and Mark Wahlberg. Joining us today is John, along with his real-life counterpart in the film, former Boston Police Commissioner Ed Davis. Hello, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning, Sean.
You are two handsome fellas. You're looking good. All right, Mr. Commissioner, let's start with you. How did Goodman do in portraying you?
Oh, I think he nailed it. He spent a lot of time talking to me and doing research on the film, and not on the film, but research on the incident by looking at TV footage and the things that happened during the course of that week. And he asked really good questions during the process, so he was able to get into some of the minutiae of the investigation and the stress around it.
John, where do you start in trying to portray such a larger-than-life guy as Commissioner Davis, and especially in a movie that's as serious and pivotal as this?
Well, I didn't have a lot of time for preparation, so there wasn't a lot of time for panic. I had to get to the essence of it, and I wanted it to be truthful and not necessarily so adhesive to in other words, I just didn't want to do an imitation. I just wanted to get to the spirit of the thing and find out as much detail as I can, because that's where the truth lies. Right,
right. When you're doing a Boston accent, is it kind of tough to get it right and not go overboard?
Yeah, that's the problem, is going overboard. I had a very good teacher who would come in every day and run the lines with me, and then I try to listen to everybody as much as possible. I don't think I could do that dialect justice in a lifetime, but I think it was good enough for what we did.
Right. Hey, Commissioner, when you knew they were going to do this movie, and of course so important to your city and these people that you love, what were some of the things you really wanted them to get right in this, that you were adamant that they got right in this movie?
I wanted to make sure that the victims were portrayed properly, and Peter and Mark spent a lot of time talking to victims and getting to know them and understanding what happened after this incident and how they're dealing with it, and I think that's portrayed in the film. But the other thing was the community, the Boston Strong comments, the way the community reacted. I mean, they voluntarily shut down the city to give us 24 hours to run these guys down. So it really goes to show how tough and committed the city is to justice.
Excellent. John, you've worked with some of the great directors, the Coen brothers, Spielberg. Peter Berg, he's hot these days, but he's also great at taking these big event pictures. Deepwater Horizon was important to us, especially down here in Florida. Now you have Patriots Day. What makes Peter Berg so good at these visceral type movies?
His commitment to truth, detail, and he's an actor himself. He's extraordinary with actors, and he's got a great sense of cinema. He knows how to shoot a scene, what needs to be done. He's extremely smart and very, very great to work with. I hope to work with him again someday.
Commissioner, how is Boston responding so far to the movie? What are you hearing from your people up there?
Well, generally, I've heard very positive comments about, learning the behind-the-scenes things and understanding what really went on those 4 days. But most importantly, the victims seem to be all right with it, and if they're all right with it, I'm all right with it.
Right, excellent. Hey, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today, and good luck with the movie. The reviews so far have been fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks.